Hey there, coding enthusiasts. Welcome back to Idea to App. Today, we're diving into the nitty-gritty of software development with a step-by-step breakdown of how we'll approach our charity donation app project. If you're ready, let's get started. Let's start off talking about object-oriented programming and why we will utilize this paradigm to define our project. Object-oriented programming is a programming paradigm that focuses on organizing code around objects, which are instances of classes. Each class defines the blueprint for creating objects, encapsulating data, which is called attributes, and methods called functions that operate on that data. Object-oriented programming promotes the concept of modeling real-world entities as objects, making code more modular, maintainable, and reusable. In the context of our charity donation app project, object-oriented programming can offer several benefits. So imagine modularity and reusability as pieces of a puzzle, where each piece represents a specific function in the app. With modularity, we're breaking down the app into manageable parts, making development and maintenance a breeze. And what about reusability? Well, it's like having a toolkit that you can use across different projects. In OOP, or object-oriented programming, we create methods that can be easily reused in various parts of the app, saving us time and effort. Now, let's talk about code organization. Object-oriented programming allows us to organize our code base like a well-arranged bookshelf. Different classes stand as chapters, each representing a different aspect of the app's functionality. This makes navigation and understanding a piece of cake. Abstraction is like having a magician's cloak in a weird, funny kind of way. It lets us hide away complex implementation details behind a simple interface. We get to focus on how the objects interact rather than how they are built. It's all about making our code more manageable and less daunting. Speaking of magic, encapsulation ensures that our object's secrets stay locked. It keeps internal data safe from prying eyes and external manipulation. It's like having a clear fence around your yard. It defines the boundary and ensures security. Now, let's talk about inheritance. Imagine building on a solid foundation. With inheritance, you create new classes based on existing ones, inheriting their attributes and methods. And who doesn't love a little polymorphism, right? It's like having a magical shapeshifter at your service. Polymorphism lets objects of different classes masquerade as instances of a common parent class. It's all about flexibility, writing functions that play together with various types of objects. And lastly, we're talking about maintainability. Object-oriented programming makes code more maintainable by keeping related functionalities together in classes. This makes debugging, updating, and extending the app easier over time. In the charity donation app, you can utilize object-oriented programming to model entities like donors, charitable organizations, donations, and app features as objects. Each class can encapsulate the relevant attributes and methods, leading to a more organized and efficient code base. Question: can you think of a real-world example where the benefits of object-oriented programming could be applied to improve software development? Share your thoughts in the comments below. So now that we understand the benefits of object-oriented programming in our project, let's talk about the analysis. Object-oriented analysis, or OOA, is a methodology used in software development to understand and define the requirements of a system. It involves identifying and modeling the various objects, their attributes, behaviors, relationships, and interactions that constitute the system. Object-oriented analysis lays the foundation for creating a design that accurately reflects the real-world entities and their interactions, which ultimately guides the development process. In the context of the charity donation app project, object-oriented analysis plays a crucial role. Let's take a look. Stage 1. Requirement understanding. Picture this. You're a detective investigating a case. You need all the clues and evidence to crack it, right? Well, in the first stage of object-oriented analysis, we're like detectives understanding the requirements of our app. Just like a detective's magnifying glass, object-oriented analysis helps you thoroughly understand the requirements of the app by identifying the key objects like donors, donations, and charities, and their characteristics you gain clarity on what the app needs to achieve. Now let's jump into the problem decomposition stage. Imagine you're building a puzzle. Each piece represents a smaller, manageable component. That's what we're doing with our app. We're breaking down the complex problems into smaller, solvable parts. In this way, you identify the main objects and their relationships, simplifying the overall development process. Stage 3. Modeling real-world entities. Get ready to step into some shoes of an artist. Imagine you're crafting sculptures of real-world entities like donors, charities, and donations. Each sculpture reflects the essence of the entity and its role in our app. Object-oriented analysis allows you to create models that accurately represent these entities, ensuring that the app's structure aligns with the real-world processes. Stage 4. Defining attributes and behaviors. Time to unleash your inner mad scientist. Imagine you're in a lab, concocting the perfect potion. In this case, we're defining the attributes, which are the ingredients, and behaviors, which are the reactions of each app entity. For example, a donor object might have attributes like a name, email, and total donations, along with the methods like making a donation. Stage 5. Interaction mapping. Imagine you're a conductor orchestrating a symphony. Each instrument represents an entity, and your role is to ensure they harmoniously interact. In interaction mapping, we're the conductors ensuring smooth interactions between app entities. For instance, how donors interact with charities and how donations are processed and tracked. Stage 6. Identifying use cases. Now, think of yourself as a storyteller, crafting multiple storylines. These stories are our use cases, showcasing how users will interact with our app. We're building a world of scenarios that guide our app's functionality. By modeling different scenarios, object-oriented analysis helps you identify the various use cases of the app. And stage 7. Setting the stage for design. Imagine you're an architect designing a grand building. Your blueprint is the foundation of the structure. In this case, we're creating a blueprint, a clear plan that sets the stage for our app's design. Later, we'll utilize OOD, which is object-oriented design, which involves designing the structure of the app based on the analysis, ensuring that your app's architecture aligns with the identified objects and their relationships. So, in summary, object-oriented analysis is the initial phase of software development that helps you understand the problem's domain, define the app's requirements, and model real-world entities. For the charity donation app, object-oriented analysis ensures that the app structure and functionalities accurately reflect the donation process, donor interactions, and charitable organizations. Alright folks, we've covered a lot of ground in just a short time, dealing with the exciting world of object-oriented programming and analysis. I hope you're finding this journey as fascinating as I am. Don't worry, I know this can be a lot to digest in one go. So let's take a quick breather. Go grab your favorite snack or stretch your legs, and when we return, we'll dive into setting up our folders to reflect the software development lifecycle. How about that? Plus, we'll unravel the intriguing layers of our app problem statement. So don't go too far. We'll be right back. Alright, welcome back everyone. I hope you're all recharged and ready for the next exciting phase of our journey. Now, let's shift gears a little bit and talk about how we're going to structure our project folders to mirror the software development lifecycle. Alright, first things first, let's organize our workspace. Open your folder explorer and create a brand new folder. Name it Donation App. This will be our project's home base where we'll store all of our files and code. Now, open your favorite code editor. If you're not sure which one to use, I recommend Visual Studio Code. It's user-friendly and packs a punch with its features. As a tip, if you don't have Visual Studio Code installed yet, don't worry. You can check out our channel overview and materials video, which explains all the resources we will use in this project and upcoming project. You will find out where to get Visual Studio Code right there. Once you have Visual Studio Code up and running, navigate to the File and choose Open Folder. Browse your computer and find the Donation App folder you just created. Select it and hit Open button. Next, we will create our subsequent folders for this project. So let's create our first folder. I like to create my folders in a numerical fashion according to the software development lifecycle. 1. Research. The next 2. Design. 3. Coding. 4. Testing. And 5. Deployment. In the research folder, we will add a few more folders. We will add features or components. Next, we will add a problem statement. And last, we will create a use cases folder. Okay, now that we have those 3 folders set up, we want to move to our design folder. Right? And in our design folder, we actually want to create 2 new files in here, or 2 new folders in here as well. So we're going to create our first folder, and this folder is going to be called App Visuals. Okay, and I'll explain what those are here in a minute. And then for our second, we're going to create UML. So the App Visuals folder is any files that relate to your application design, whether it's a photograph, paper sketched idea, a digital design from Sketch application, Figma, Adobe Suite, whatever. Those files go in that folder. The UML folder is for our UML program file from Draw.io. You can also add images of your paper-based drawings or arrangement of your app diagrams that help support your modeling. That can also go in that folder. Again, folder organization is very important, especially when you need to know where things are at the right time. All right. In our first step, we'll start by understanding the core problem that our charity donation app aims to solve. This problem statement will be our guiding star throughout the development journey, ensuring that we stay focused on creating an app that meets real-world needs. But you may first ask, what is a problem statement? Well, let me give you a couple different scenarios. The first one you could have is like a client interaction. Imagine that you're working as a freelance developer and a client approaches you with a project idea. This might give you a brief overview of their requirements, goals, and challenges that they're facing. The problem statement here is essentially the client's description of the issues they want to address or the goals they want to achieve through the software. You will need to carefully extract and understand the client's problem statement. You'll ask questions to clarify details, gather more information, and ensure you're on the same page. This understanding will guide your development process and help you design a solution that precisely aligns with their needs. Here's a secondary scenario. You're in a team meeting. You're a part of a development team and your team lead presents you with a new project during a team meeting. The problem statement is that there is a concise description of the issue or the goal that the project aims to solve or achieve. Understanding the problem statement is crucial for the team to collectively grasp the project's purpose. It guides discussions about design, implementation, and testing strategies. The problem statement keeps the entire team aligned, working towards a common goal. This third scenario could be an interesting scenario, dealing with the neighbor's idea. So in this scenario, you're a software developer and your neighbor excitedly tells you about an innovative app concept they thought about. The problem statement in this context is your neighbor's explanation of the challenge they believe their app can address or the user's experience they've envisioned. You can use your problem-solving skills to discuss potential features and functionalities that align with their problem statement. This conversation could potentially lead to an exciting collaboration or project opportunity. A fourth scenario could be open source projects. So you're contributing to an open source project. The project maintainer provides information about what the project aims to achieve. The problem statement is that the project's purpose, including the challenge it seeks to overcome or the improvement it intends to make. Understanding the problem statement guides your contributions. You'll work on solving specific issues, implementing requested features, or enhancing existing functionalities in alignment with the project goals. And a fifth scenario is within a job interview. The scenario is that you're in a job interview and the interviewer presents you with a mock scenario where a company needs a software solution. The problem statement is the core of the scenario, describing the company's challenges, goals, and requirements. To showcase your skills, you'll analyze the problem statement and propose a solution. This demonstrates your ability to understand a complex situation, design a solution, and explain your thought process. In all these scenarios, the problem statement serves as the foundation for the software development process. It guides your understanding, design, implementation, testing, and communication throughout the project. It ensures that everyone involved is focused on solving the right problem and achieving the intended goals. Question: what challenges do you think organizations or individuals face when trying to define a clear problem statement? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Now that we have an understanding of problem statements, let's look at the charity organization's problem statement. We want to analyze this given problem in steps. Step number one, understanding the high level problem. So let's read the problem statement. In the realm of charitable organizations committed to making positive societal changes, a significant challenge persists in effectively engaging with donors, managing contributions, and ensuring transparent communication. Traditional methods of donor interaction are marred by manual processes, limited technological resources, and a lack of streamlined mechanisms for showcasing the impact of contributions. These obstacles hinder our ability as charitable organizations to effectively manage resources, establish strong donor relationships, and provide real-time updates on the outcomes of their generosity. To address these challenges and elevate our mission, we envision the creation of a cutting-edge charity donation app. Our presented charity donation app aims to revolutionize the way charitable organizations and donors connect. But what specific problem are we addressing here? Well, it's all about enhancing the donation experience for both parties. Charities struggle with donor management, communication, and transparency, while donors encounter challenges when making contributions. Step 2, problem decomposition. Now, let's break down the problem statement into smaller components in a high level style. At its core, here are the components we're dealing with. The first one, efficient donor management. Charities need a better way to manage donor profiles, their history, and preferences. Streamline fundraising, making the donation process smooth and hassle-free for donors. Transparency and accountability. Charities want to show donors where their contributions are going and ensure accountability. Enhance donor engagement, building a stronger connection with donors through personalized interactions. Resource allocation, making sure donations are allocated effectively to maximize impact. Secure and timely transactions, ensuring safe and timely donation transactions for donors. Communication and updates, providing real-time updates to donors on the impact of their contributions. Impact visibility, showcasing the tangible impact of donations to donors. Donor recognition, acknowledging and appreciating donors for their contributions. And lastly, adaptation and innovation, being flexible and innovative to meet the evolving needs of donors and charities. Quick question: can you think of any unique functionalities that would make a charity donation app stand out from the rest? Share your thoughts in the comment section down below. Alright developers, before we dive into the nitty-gritty of our next segment, let's take a quick breather. Understanding the high-level problem is essential, but a short break can help us refocus and approach the next segment with fresh energy. So go grab a snack, Stretch those coding muscles and get ready, because when we return, we'll be diving into the exciting world of breaking down those functionalities into manageable pieces. Stay tuned, we'll be right back. Welcome back, everyone. I hope you're feeling refreshed and ready to embark on the next leg of our journey. In the first part of our episode, we explored the overall problem statement of our charity donation app. Now, let's roll up our sleeves and dive into the process of breaking down those functionalities into individual components. Are you ready? Let's jump right in. Okay, let's continue with our steps. So we're on step number 3, breaking down functionalities into components. We're not going to get bogged down with jargon or any crazy language here. Instead, we'll focus on the real-world components that make up this amazing project. Let's take a look. Okay, so I've created a new folder called Components, and I'm going to be adding each component we created before as their own files. As we continue developing, you will see how these take form as solid objects that we can take to the next level. Alright, let's continue. Okay, first up, we have the heart of our app, efficient donor management. Here's what we're talking about. User authentication and registration, where we're creating a secure gateway for donors to access the app. Donor profile creation, where it allows donors to create personalized profiles. We have a donation history tracking, where we're keeping a record of each donor's contribution history. Engagement pattern analysis, where we're understanding how donors interact with the app. And communication preference setup, letting donors choose how they want to be communicated with. Next, we're making fundraising a breeze. Here's what's on the table. Donation collection methods, where we're giving donors various options to contribute. One-time reoccurring donation setup, letting donors choose between one-time and reoccurring donations. Payment gateway integration, where we're ensuring transactions for every donation. Donation amount options, providing a range of donation amounts to choose from. And confirmation and receipt generation, giving donors a sense of satisfaction and proof of their generosity. Transparency is key, and here's how we're nailing it. Real-time project updates. We're keeping donors in the loop with live project updates. Donation allocation visualization, showing where donations are making an impact. Project milestone tracking, highlighting the progress of each project. Impact report generation, giving donors a detailed report on how they're changing lives. Feedback and donor comments, allowing donors to share their thoughts and suggestions. Having engagement is our priority, and here's what we're doing. We're personalizing thank you messages, making donors feel appreciated. Event invitations and updates, inviting donors to be a part of special events. Volunteer opportunity notifications, letting donors know how they can get involved. Survey participation requests, collecting valuable feedback from our donors. And virtual tour of projects, offering a digital tour of projects they're supporting. Managing resources effectively is crucial, and here's how we're doing it. We're having donation trend analysis, analyzing donation patterns to make informed decisions, resource allocation dashboards, providing a visual representation of fund allocation, predictive analysis for fundraising, using data to predict future fundraising outcomes, project priority management, prioritizing projects based on their impact, data-driven decision-making, making decisions backed by data and insights. Security is paramount, and here's why we're ensuring it. Secure user authentication, protecting donor data with robust authentication. Encryption of donor data, safeguarding sensitive donor information. Payment gateway security, ensuring safe and secure payment transactions. Fraud detection mechanisms, detecting and preventing fraudulent activities. And donation processing alerts, alerting donors when their donations are processed. Staying connected with one another is key, and here's how we're doing it. Email communication systems, keeping donors informed through emails. Push notifications for updates, sending real-time updates via push notifications. Messaging platform for queries. providing a platform for donor inquiries, automated newsletter generation, sending out regular newsletters with automated content, and social media integration for sharing, letting donors share their contributions on social media. Making an impact visible is our mission, and here's how we're achieving it. Project success stories showcase, sharing inspiring success stories. Visual representation of impact, using graphics to illustrate the change donations create. Comparison of fund utilization, showing the before and the after of fund utilization. Before and after project images, displaying the transformation brought about by donations. Case studies and testimonials, sharing real life stories of how lives are being changed. Recognizing our donors is essential, and here's how we're doing it. Donor badges and certificates, rewarding donors with badges and certificates. Public acknowledgement on platforms, showcasing appreciation on the platform. Special donor events invitations, inviting our donors to exclusive events. Name inclusion in project credits, recognizing our donors in contributions in project credits. Personalizing thank you videos, sending heartfelt thank you videos to donors. And lastly, staying adaptable and innovative is key, and here's how we're achieving it. Modular app architecture, creating a flexible app structure for future expansion. Integration of emerging technologies, incorporating the latest tech to enhance our user experience. Feedback and feature request channels, allowing donors to share ideas for app improvement. Regular app updates, providing consistent updates to keep the app fresh. Compatibility with future platforms, ensuring the app works seamlessly on upcoming platforms. Question: what techniques do you use to effectively break down a problem into manageable pieces? Share your thoughts. We want to hear them. On to the fourth step. Identify objects and relationships. Now, for each of these components, we'll identify the main objects and how they interact. Objects could be donors, donations, or user profiles and organizations. Think of it as our app's cast of characters and how they'll interact with each other. Let's start off by identifying objects and relationships. Okay? Let's break down the efficient donor management section first. This section will have a donor object, which is where we can imagine this as a virtual representation of our donors. It's like their digital profile holding key attributes such as their name, their contact information, the donation history, and communication preferences. This object is best friends with donations, engagements, and projects. The secondary object in this section is a donation object. Think of this as a treasure chest of generosity. It contains valuable information like amount, date, donor information, and project allocation. It's closely connected with donors, projects, and those insightful impact reports. Our next section is transitioning to streamlined fundraising. The first object in this is going to be our payment gateway object. Visualize this as the guardian of financial transactions. It possesses attributes like payment methods and security protocols. It's responsible for handling transactions and works hand in hand with donations. The secondary object in this section is fundraising campaign object. This is like a storybook waiting to unfold. It boasts attributes like campaign name, the goal amount, and the progress. It's the driving force behind fundraising activities and tightly integrated with both donations and projects. The next section is transparency and accountability. The first object in this section is the project object. Envisioning this as the heart of every charitable endeavor, with attributes like the project name, description, and impact metrics. It encapsulates the essence of the project. It's intricately linked with donations and those insightful impact reports. The secondary object is impact report object. This is the storyteller of our journey. It narrates the tales of project outcomes and donor contributions. It shares a close bond with both projects and donations. The next section is amplifying donor engagement. The first object in this section is going to be engagement object. Think of this as your event coordinator. Its attributes include the event name, the date, and donor participation. It orchestrates engagement activities and has connections with donors, projects, and events. The secondary object in this section is notification object. Here's your messenger of joy. Attributes include message, delivery time, and donor target. It ensures donors are well informed about events and projects. It collaborates with donors, events, and projects. The next section is resource allocation. The first object in this section is resource object. This serves as your resource reservoir. It stores funds, volunteer hours, and materials. It plays a pivotal role in project execution and aligns with both projects and donations. The secondary object in this section is analytics object. This is your data wizard. It gathers insights about donation trends and resource utilization, facilitating data-driven decision making for both projects and donations. The next section is secure and timely transactions. The first object in this section is user authentication object. Picture this as your app's vigilant guardian. It holds attributes like username, the password, access levels, and such. Its role is to ensure secure and authenticated access to the app. It's closely linked to both donors and admins, making sure that only authorized individuals can enter the realm of the app. The secondary object in this section is encryption mechanism object. Here's your data's knight in shining armor, armed with advanced encryption algorithms and security keys. This object ensures that sensitive data like personal and payment information remains hidden from prying eyes. It works diligently behind the scenes, safeguarding the integrity of transactions. Think of it as your fortification that keeps your app's data impervious to unauthorized access. Now let's sail into the waters of communication and updates. The first object in this section is communication channel object. Imagine this as your virtual megaphone. It comes with attributes like email, notification, and messaging. It serves as the bridge between charitable organizations and donors, facilitating seamless communication. It's like the messenger delivering important updates and information to keep everyone in the loop. The secondary object in this section is called the newsletter object. Picture this as your creative newsletter generator, with attributes like content, frequency, and donor segments. It's your ticket to engage donors on a broader scale. It assembles news, updates, and highlights into an informative package that distributes to donors, ensuring they are always informed and engaged. The next section is impact visibility. The first object in this section is Impact Showcase object. Think of this as your virtual trophy room. It exhibits the triumphs of completed projects through success stories, virtual representations, and comparison of fund utilization. It provides donors with a window into the tangible impacts their contributions have made, serving as a source of inspiration and motivation. The second object in this section is Case Study object. Here's your comprehensive storytelling tool. Attributes like detailed project outcomes and donor contributions equip it to dive deeply into project journeys. It's an in-depth exploration that allows donors to immerse themselves in the project's transformation, celebrating the power of their contributions. The next section is the donor recognition section. The first object in this section is called Recognition Badge object. Imagine this as your digital Hall of Fame. It awards donors badges and certificates to recognize and celebrate donor achievements. It's closely linked to both donors and projects, showcasing the impact of their contributions and fostering a sense of pride. The second object in this section is Acknowledgement object. This is like your virtual round of applause. With attributes like public recognition and project credits, it extends heartfelt acknowledgments to donors for their contributions. It's a meaningful gesture that emphasizes the collective efforts and positive change they're a part of. Now here's the last section, adaptation and innovation. The first object in this section is Innovation Integration Object. Imagine this as your tech-savvy inventor. It's armed with attributes like emerging technologies and features. This object is all about embracing innovation and staying at the cutting edge. It ensures that your app integrates new and exciting technologies, enhancing user experiences and opening doors to new possibilities. Think of it as a bridge between the present and the future, constantly evolving to offer the latest and greatest. The secondary object in this section is Feedback Object. This is your app's suggestion box. With attributes like user suggestions and feature requests, it's all about capturing the insights and the ideas from your user community. It's a two-way street where users share their thoughts and wishes, and the app responds by implementing enhancements that cater to their needs. Picture it as the engine that drives continuous improvement and user-driven development. Question: how would you approach identifying relationships between objects to ensure a smooth interaction within the app? Leave your thoughts down below. Bravo, developers! You've navigated through the complex landscape of charity donation apps, key objects, and relationships. Your coding compass is pointed to the right direction, and we're just getting started. Before we venture into the next phase of our journey, let's take a moment to recharge and refuel. Grab your favorite beverage, stretch those coding muscles, and give your brain a quick breather. Don't stray too far, because when we reconvene, we'll be ready to tackle the last task of this episode: prioritizing and organizing our app's components, ensuring a smooth and impactful development journey. See you in a bit. Welcome back, my fellow coding trailblazers. I hope you're re-energized and ready for the next leg of our adventure. We've just wrapped up a fascinating exploration of identifying objects and their relationships. Now it's time to roll up our sleeves and dive into the art of prioritizing and organizing these components for high priority to low priority. So if you're ready to embark on that next phase of our journey, let's dive right in and uncover the strategies behind building a well-structured and impactful charity donation app. Alright, here's step 5, prioritizing and organizing. With components identified, it's time to prioritize them. Some components may rely on others, so we'll arrange them in a logical order. Let's start out with high priority components. The first, efficient donor management. In the heart of our app lies the donor profile management component. Here, attributes like the name, contact information, donation history, and communication preferences come into play. This component allows us to create and manage detailed donor profiles, tracking their donation history and tailoring communication based on their preferences. Imagine donors receiving personalized messages that resonate their interest and engagement patterns. Number 2, streamline fundraising. Our fundraising campaigns component takes center stage here, showcasing attributes such as campaign name, goal amount, and start and end dates. This component revolutionizes fundraising efforts, enabling organizations to craft campaigns with specific goals, track progress, and receive donations toward these campaigns. Think about the impact of visual representation of progress, inspiring more donors to join the cause. Number 3, transparency and accountability. The impact reporting component thrives in this area, boasting attributes like project outcomes, donor contributions, and visual representations. Through this component, organizations can provide comprehensive reports on project outcomes, displaying the true impact of donations and fostering transparency with donors. Visual representations solidify the connection between donors and the change they're making. Number 4, enhanced donor engagement. Here, the spotlight shines on the engagement events component, featuring attributes like event name, date, description, and participants. This component sparks a sense of community by organizing events that engage donors with projects. Think of it as an opportunity for donors to witness their impact firsthand, creating a stronger bond with the cause. Number 5, resource allocation. The resource management component takes the stage here, encompassing attributes such as funds, volunteer hours, and materials. Efficiency is key here, as this component allows organizations to allocate and track resources needed for this project's execution. Visualize a dashboard that highlights resource distribution, ensuring seamless project implementation. Number 6. Secure and timely transactions. At the heart of secure transactions lies the payment processing component. Its attributes include amount, date, payment method, and transaction ID, guarantee secure online payment processing. Timely and reliable transactions ensure donors' confidence in their contributions, fortifying their commitment to the cause. Number 7. Communication and updates. The donor communication component shines brightly here, boasting attributes like message content, delivery time, and donor target. This component forms a bridge between organizations and donors, facilitating seamless communication and providing updates on projects and activities. Think of this as the thread that weaves donors into the journey of impact. Number 8. Impact visibility. In this area, the impact visualization component takes the limelight, featuring attributes such as visual representations and interactive reports. Through this component, data transforms into compelling narratives. Graphs, charts, and interactive reports vividly portray project impact, making the results tangible and empowering donors. Number 9. Donor recognition. Our donor recognition system component enters the spotlight, flaunting attributes like recognition levels and donor achievements. This component fuels appreciation by recognizing donors based on their contributions and involvement. Imagine donors being celebrated for their role in driving change, fostering loyalty and commitment. Number 10. Adaptation and innovation. The final crescendo arrives with the Innovation Hub component, spotlighting attributes like innovative ideas and collaboration spaces. This component serves as a dynamic platform for donors and organizations to collaborate on innovative projects. The culture of adaptation and creativity thrives here, inviting fresh ideas to elevate our app's impact. Exciting, isn't it? With these high priority components, our charity donation app is gearing up for a transformative impact. Alright, medium priority components. The first one is efficient donor management. As we continue refining our donor management, the donor engagement history component comes into view. This has attributes like interaction logs and engagement patterns, recording interactions and engagement with donors. This invaluable data paints a picture of donor preferences and history, guiding organizations to tailor their engagement strategies for maximum impact. The second, streamline fundraising. Our quest for efficient fundraising takes us to the recurring donations component. Attributes like frequency, amount, and start date take center stage here. This component empowers donors by enabling them to set up recurring donations, creating a steady flow of contributions that sustain projects over time. The third, transparency and accountability. In the realm of transparency, donation tracking emerges as a beacon, with attributes like donation status and acknowledgement are crucial in this component. It meticulously tracks the status of donations, ensuring that donors are informed about utilization of their contributions, fostering trust and transparency. The fourth, enhanced donor engagement. The donor feedback system takes the spotlight here, boasting attributes like feedback surveys and suggestions. This component serves as a vital bridge, collecting feedback from donors to enhance engagement strategies and improve project execution. It's all about evolving our approach based on valuable insights from those at the heart of our mission. The fifth, resource allocation. As we navigate resource allocation, the volunteer coordination component steps into the limelight. Attributes like volunteer skills and availability become paramount here. This component facilitates the seamless coordination of volunteers for project-related tasks, ensuring their skills and availability match the needs of each project. The sixth, secure and timely transactions. In the realm of secure transactions, payment gateway integration takes center stage. Attributes like payment gateway information and security protocols become our guiding stars. This component seamlessly integrates secure payment gateways, ensuring that transaction processing remains smooth and safeguarded. The seventh, communication and updates. With seamless communication in mind, the automated notifications component steps forward. Attributes like automated messaging and event reminders shine in this realm. This component sends automated notifications to donors, keeping them in the loop about upcoming events, project updates, and campaigns. The eighth, impact visibility. Visualizing impact takes us to the interactive impact dashboard component, with attributes like visual data and metrics shine here. Forming an interactive dashboard presents real-time impact metrics and data visualizations. This component empowers donors with insights into the tangible difference their contributions make. The ninth, donor recognition. Our appreciation journey continues with donor appreciation component. Attributes like thank you messages and donor wall come to life. Through personalized thank you messages and virtual recognition, this component expresses heartfelt gratitude, strengthening the bond between donors and the cause. And the 10th, adaptation and innovation. Lastly, the journey of innovation lands us at the idea collaboration platform component, with attributes like idea sharing and collaboration features become the driving force. This dynamic platform fosters collaboration between donors and organizations, nurturing innovative projects and initiatives that ignite positive change. And there you have it, the captivating world of our medium priority components, each a vital piece of our evolving charity donation app. As we journey through the realm of possibilities within our charity donation app, let's turn our attention to the fascinating world of low priority components. These components, though not immediately critical, are the cherries on top, enriching the app's experience and functionality. So let's explore these intriguing pieces that complete our coding puzzle. The first is efficient donor management. The donor notes component graces us with its presence, featuring attributes like note content and timestamp. This component provides a space for organizations to add internal notes about donor interactions, ensuring a comprehensive reference for all donor-related activities. The second, streamlined fundraising. Social sharing integration makes its appearance, flaunting attributes like social media platforms and sharing templates. This component's role is to integrate social sharing buttons, empowering donors to spread the word about campaigns on their favorite social media platforms, amplifying the impact. The third, transparency and accountability. The document repository component takes center stage here, highlighting attributes like document categories and uploads. This repository acts as a treasure trove, offering a designated space to share project-related documents with donors, fostering transparency and accessibility. The fourth, enhanced donor engagement. Enter the donor surveys component, showcasing attributes like survey questions and responses. Through this component, donors are offered surveys that gather their feedback and preferences, molding engagement activities to suit their desires. The fifth, resource allocation. The resource donation component steps forward, unveiling attributes like donated resources and allocation. This ingenious feature lets donors contribute resources like materials or volunteer hours, directly impacting specific projects and initiatives. The sixth, secure and timely transactions. Multi-currency support graces us with its presence, presenting attributes like supported currencies and conversion rates. This forward-thinking component paves the way for global donor participation by enabling donations in multiple currencies. The seventh, communication and updates. Customizable templates emerges as a beacon, showcasing attributes like message templates and personalization. This dynamic feature offers customizable communication templates, allowing organizations to tailor their interactions and to individual donors. The eighth, impact visibility. Behold the impact stories component, boasting attributes like story content and media. Through this captivating feature, powerful stories of project beneficiaries are shared, forging an emotional connection between donors and the life-changing impacts they make. The ninth, donor recognition. Virtual badges take center stage here, with attributes like badge types and achievement criteria shining brightly. This component adds a touch of gamification, awarding virtual badges to donors based on their contributions and engagement levels. The 10th, adaptation and innovation. Our journey concludes with the idea voting system component, with attributes like idea proposals and voting mechanism. Here, donors have the power to vote on innovative ideas, shaping the direction of the app's evolution through collective decision making. And there you have it, the intriguing landscape of our low priority components, each contributing a unique flavor to our charity donation app. It's all about ensuring that every aspect of the app, no matter the priority, adds value and enhances the donor's experience. Now, I would like to leave you with the last question of the day. Which of the high priority components do you think would have the most significant impact on the charity donation app? Share your thoughts in the comments below. So that's our show. We've embarked on a captivating journey through the heart of software development, exploring the core principles of object-oriented programming, diving deep into the fascinating world of object-oriented analysis, and breaking down the complex problem statement of our charity donation app into manageable components. From identifying key functionalities to understanding the intricate relationships between objects, we've left no stone unturned. But that's not all. We've also mastered the art of prioritizing and organizing these components, ensuring that each piece of the puzzle aligns with our app's mission to make a positive impact in the world. Remember, it's all about translating these concepts into practical steps that shape the foundation of our charity donation app. We're not just about creating an app, we're about crafting an experience that empowers donors, supporters, and charitable initiatives, which will spread kindness far and wide. Don't hang up your coding jackets just yet. Our coding journey is far from over. In the next exciting episode, we'll venture into the realm of modeling real-world entities. We'll explore how these entities interconnect, forming the very backbone of our app's functionality. Join us as we dive into the intricacies of mapping out these entities and their relationships, all to build an app that truly makes a difference. And if you are as excited as we are about this journey through the software development lifecycle, hit that like button and subscribe so you won't miss out on any of our upcoming episodes. If you have any questions or thoughts, drop them in the comments section down below, and let's keep the conversation going. I want to thank everyone for joining me today here on Idea to App. I'm your host, Q, and remember, keep coding, keep learning, and I'll see you in the next episode.